You said there about McTominay and Fred. I think that when they're back in the team, Manchester United are a better side. And I think we saw that today. And again, we can kind of explore that a little bit further. But also, I think what's crucial in this formation is Paul Pogba playing on the left-hand side. So I think you see there just in the metrics that Who Scored use that he got 7.5 today. That's very close to being one of the best performers on the pitch, certainly on the Manchester United side. And you can see, I think, when he's just closer to the striker, he can get involved in areas that he's more comfortable in. You know, he doesn't have to go and do some of the dirty work that he's not so good at. But fine with the selection, fine with Sancho on the bench, and also obviously very happy with Jesse Lingard being on the bench in his role today.
Yeah, Rob, when I look at the midfield today, my first thoughts were, I mean, let's just talk about sort of one of Man United's problems this season. And I think we can all say, you know, we have been quite successful to the counter-attack. I think that's been something which has been, we haven't conceded many, and that's a lot of it's down to Varane. I think Varane's been fantastic in being able to jockey and to anticipate and to be a real sort of, top class signing at the back. But when you're having a look at sort of Manchester United's issues, I think it's been centered around what's been going on in midfield and who's in the pivot. Now you're looking at obviously McTominay and Fred coming in. You always use the word dogs, and people don't like this, and it's not in a derogatory way. What you mean, Rob, is that they are very much sort of, they'll do the dirty work and then they lay the foundations for the rest of the team. Especially look at that attacking four of Pogba, Bruno, Ronaldo, and Greenwood. It allows them to go and play. Are they perfect? No. Are they the most progressive? No. But I thought McTominay today coming back in, I know he only got 6.7, but some of the passes he made today were very, very good. I thought he was fantastic, and he was very key to Manchester United winning this game. And we had to front up with West Ham, didn't we, today? You know, they're a physical side. Declan Rice has a good start to the season. They're very dangerous on the counter-attack as well. They've had the most sort of counter-attacking goals this season as well. So Manchester United really had to stop them. And I think by and large, I thought they fronted up physically. I thought we were better in large spells. We did drop off a little bit, sort of near 35 minutes to the end of the first half. But all in all, considering we played a very good West Ham side, I thought the midfield was key in us winning today.
Yeah, Spells FC should probably be what we called at Manchester United. I think when you look at how the balance of the game went, and you look at McTominay and Fred and what they do, like you kind of alluded there about the word dogs that I use. When I played game and been in football teams, the best teams always have one or at least two dogs in there that go and do that dirty work. It's a hard job running around and confronting people all the time, creating conflict on a football pitch with an opponent. It's tough. It's a tough game. So we want to play beautiful football, but I think at the same time, Manchester United need to play some simplicity. And I think that's what we saw today. In the spells where United were good, and especially later on in the match, United finally got the ball on the deck and started playing 5 and 10 yard passes. Now, in the first half, that wasn't there. That really wasn't there. United were doing what United do, trying to play what we would call in the past as Hollywood football, trying to play beautiful passes and kind of having 3 or 4 movements around the ball. That's great if it all works, but it rarely works. The probability of it working is much smaller than a 10-yard progressive pass. So if you can make those things work, then you can get somewhere. And Scott Mctominay is a guy that facilitates that. So he can go and do all the hard work. You saw with the West Ham goal actually comes from a mistake in the double pivot. What happens? They both get drawn across the line of the box. So McTominay and Fred are about 2 feet from each other. They could almost literally high-five each other. They're that close. And the ball breaks to the middle. What happens? It's an open shot. Then you're trying to recover, get across. Varane gets there, gets a deflection. It's a goal. So that was disappointing. But for the rest of the game, the double pivot worked better than it has for most of the season, and that's because Scott McTominay was playing. So again, you're going to get a lot of people today who will get on Scotty's back and say, well, he gave the ball away here and Fred didn't do this there and all of that. But tactically speaking, those two playing give Manchester United the opportunity to play better football. And we saw that, I think, in the second half. For me, first half, a little bit iffy. I think the tactics weren't quite on. Second half, Ole did 1 or 2 adjustments. You saw that United were a little bit more progressive. They stopped West Ham countering in the way that they were. Like West Ham were really having a laugh with it, because you see the shape here that we've got here. It says 4-4-2. it wasn't really a 4-4-2. It was more of a kind of one at the top, but it allowed them to come from deep because United was standing off a bit and playing very deep and very slow, and the tempo was just non-existent again from United. I think that's a really worrying point.
Let's drill into the tempo issues, Rob, because that is something that I did pick up. You know, we spoke at West Ham on the break, and yet West Ham are very dangerous on the break.